Today's Hit Music 103Q, your boy Calico checking in. Extremely excited because we're coming up on a 3-day weekend and we got American Idol runner-up Will Moseley in the house. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Like, I think the vibes are already good, man. When I found out you was from Hazelhurst, like,
Yes, sir.
just that, like, we on the same road, 341. So
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah, it is what it is, man. You know what? I really enjoyed like your movement for like the whole area and really encouraging artists to get out there. You being from Hazelhurst, right here in the area, and you know what music is like and how hard it is to do local music here. Have you been getting like a lot of love from people just from that? Like,
I think so. I try to tell people all the time, man. It's like if you got a dream that you really believe in, you owe it to yourself to go and chase it, man.
oh, I like
You
that.
really do, because
Hmm.
life ain't promised, and you
Hmm.
never know when the last day is going to be,
Hmm.
and you just got to go get it. I mean, if it's out there and there's a chance that you getting it, you got to go get it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And that's kind of how I attack life out on that front.
Hmm.
And then as far as everybody else, I mean, you can't do it for anybody, but you can encourage them along the way. And so
That's
that's
very true.
kind of where it's kind of where I go with it.
Man, well, I'm gonna tell you, you're definitely an inspiration. Like even like outside of like the American Idol stuff, like I gotta ask you that Good Book Bad song. Is that a real story? Or is that just like did you put that together
So
life experiences or
actually I didn't write it.
okay.
That's there's only 2 songs that I've released so far that I
Hmm.
didn't write, and that was one of them. And man, they sent me that song and I listened to it and it just like crawled all over me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was like, I can see it. Like I can see the whole story. I can picture it. I feel it. And I
Hmm.
was like, I relate to it. I've
Yeah.
got buddies who have been there,
Hmm.
and I was like, I gotta do it. Like I
Yeah.
can't let it go. And like I probably sat on it for a week and a half, 2
Mhm.
weeks. And every time I would think about something else, I was like, yeah, but this ain't as good as Good Book Bad.
Is that yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
this one ain't as good as that one. And I just kept going back to it. And finally I was like, hey, look, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, we got to do this. I was like, we can't not do it, because it just felt right.
It was perfect. Like when you listen to the words, and I'm like, even with you having your past with athletics and football, going on to
Yep,
play college football, like you say, we all know that guy in South Georgia
that's
from
it.
that story. So I was wondering, I was like, is this like experience? Did this happen? Or is it, or is this just put together? But that's some good production.
It is.
I love it. I do want to say, like, with you doing original music, how did you have the nerve to go on American Idol, do your original song, and do the whole song in front of Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie?
Man. So what they don't tell you is they bring in like a bunch of people, right, for like 2 or 3 days. I was the last person on the last day to go in front
Whoa.
of them at my first audition.
Wow.
I was the last one. Nobody else after me. Literally sat there in the room. They don't tell you to run a show. They just start calling names random. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there and there's nobody left in this holding room but me. And they come in and I was like, gotta be me, right? They were like, yep, it's your turn. So I walk in, man, the other thing you don't know is at that audition, no guys had gotten a golden ticket in 3 days.
Whoa. So it was sitting there waiting on you.
I was the only one.
Golly.
So I go in and I'm like, they're just not looking for dudes. Like, it's TV, in my head, I'm telling myself it's TV. They probably found a bunch of dudes at another town and they need girls to even the mix out
Yeah,
or whatever.
right,
And I'm
right.
like, this ain't gonna cut it. Like
Hmm.
this ain't gonna be good for me.
Hmm.
And I go in and I'm singing and Lionel just stands up. Gone. Where is he going? Hold up. Well, then what you see it on
Yeah.
TV a different way than I saw it
Yeah,
with
yeah,
all the
yeah.
lights and everything.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Luke stands up and he walks out. To me, I seen Luke walk past me. I was like, "What's going on?" Like like Katie's fixing to get up,
Right.
dip out. I'm gonna be in here by myself. So I just keep singing. And like, it's almost like out of panic. It's just
Yeah.
like, all right, the only thing I know how to do right now is sing this song. So I'm just gonna sing it. And I just kept singing and singing and singing. And then I realized that Luke had walked around and come back to the piano.
And started playing.
He
Wow.
started playing. But I didn't see that when he walked past me. I thought he was going with Lionel. And I was like, whoa, like, what's going on? And so I'm just sitting there, I'm just playing. I'm like, all right, whatever it takes, I'm gonna play it. And then we get through and they both say yes. We FaceTime Lionel.
Yeah.
He's on the way to the airport. He says yes. And man, it was insane. It was a whirlwind.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, and just watching that reaction, and then, like you having Luke Bryan and Lionel Richie there, I honestly thought like Lionel Richie was just leaving to go record your song, because that was like in his lane, like that was like pretty much like once he heard it, he was like, I'm out the door. Like for you to have those artists in there and you performing like for the big stage, how does it feel to kind of like make your mark and like people see you grow in front of them on television?
As an artist, I feel like you have personal belief in what you're doing, or you wouldn't be doing it.
True.
But as far as the outside world goes, the biggest compliment you can receive from an outside person is another artist that you look up to.
Oh, right.
And
right.
if they compliment what you're doing, then you know you're doing it right.
Yeah.
And so, like, Lionel's a legend, man.
Definitely.
In every aspect of music, in every aspect of the word legend, he's a legend. And Luke is huge.
Right. Luke is the man.
I mean, he's a staple in country music. He started something that people still try to imitate today.
Exactly.
And it works for some, it don't for others, but it worked for him, and it's still working for him, and he's killing it. Then you got Katie, and it seems like everybody in the world knows who Katy Perry is.
Exactly.
And so it's like, it's another legend, right? Another icon in the music world, and to hear them give you compliments. Part of you wants to say, "Oh, well, they're just saying this because they're on, they're on camera." But then, like, behind the scenes, or there's certain points, when somebody's telling you something, you can tell whether they're being real about it, or if they're just saying it to say it. And there's certain times where like they would say stuff, and it's like, he meant that, like he was serious about that.
Yeah.
Or she said this, and she wasn't just saying it for the TV. She actually meant that, whatever. And it was like those little compliments are the things that just help you build and grow, and it just kind of, it's reassurance is what it is. It's
Definitely,
like, what I think is right, what I think is good, when you get it from them, it's reassurance that it's actually good.
Man, hey, well, you don't need any more reassurance. American Idol fame. We just named all the big names that are rocking with you, and you will be holding it down on St. Simon's Island this weekend, right?
That's right. Friday the 4th at Rafters, we'll have an acoustic trio, and Ziggy's on the 5th will be a full band.
That's gonna be a vibe. So like, what you gonna be doing? I know you're gonna be doing some originals. What other, like, do you do any covers?
So we'll do a couple covers on Saturday at Ziggy's. We'll do a lot of original stuff. Rafters is gonna be a free for all. So we're just gonna go in there and we're just gonna play whatever comes to mind.
Yeah.
Which, like, when I first started out, I was coming down and playing on the island acoustic, just me and a guitar, me and my guitar player now, me and him would come and play it or whatever. And we would take requests for 3 hours at a time. So if you named a song, if we could look up the words, if we had ever heard it before, we'd try to sing it.
That's wild.
And that's how I paid my way through college.
Man,
off of tip jars, just like that.
Now, do those people, like, do they stay like in connection with you, like as far as your fans?
Yeah, there's still some of the, because I mean, at that point it was like, hey, we might have a private party. I just give them my phone number.
Hey, right.
They call me, like, we'll come play it, whatever you got. And so there's still a lot of those people who still have my phone numbers. We're on a first name, but like we just pick up the phone and call each other. And it's like people that used to come watch me when I was playing at the Village Inn and Pub, or Rafters or Nats or wherever, you know, I mean, like all these little the little places. And it was like, so the first thing we did when tickets went on sales, I took my phone, I texted the ticket link to all those people. I was like, hey, here you go. But it's cool, man. You know, it's like, because those people really are my friends. Like they were there when I was making a couple $100 in a tip jar and paying my bills with it, you know. So it's special. It's cool to get to come back and do it again.
And it's almost like you get to take your fans on this ride with you, and
That's right.
they get to grow as you grow. And I think people like to watch that, like when people rise to the occasion, you know. And so, like after you're doing this big American Idol thing, now it's like, you know, what's he gonna do next? And I'm gonna tell y'all better tap in. The singles are going. YouTube page, jump in social media, and all that. I do want you to let them know once again how it's going down this weekend for holiday weekend. You're gonna be performing again on the 5th and the 6th,
4th and the 5th.
4th and the 5th. Okay.
So July the 4th will be at Rafters after the fireworks. It'll be an acoustic trio, and on the 5th we'll be at Ziggy's with the full band. Hot Banana Coffee and Cade Beecher will be there as well, opening up the night.
Man, that's going to be off the chain. Will Moseley, man, I really appreciate you coming in.
Yes, sir.
Nothing but success and love to you, and I know the show is going to be off the chain. Let them know where they can get a hold of you on social media.
Will Moseley Music. Moseley is Moseley. Will Moseley Music on all social media.
Hey, don't miss the shows this weekend in town. Will Moseley holding it down on St. Simon's Island on the 4th and the 5th. Appreciate you coming in anytime you want to slide through.
Yes, sir.
Hey, 103 Q.